I just watched the Barra put his whole, no, not that one, he's bigger than that one. His whole back out the water over the top of a branch to eat that lure, and he missed it. That looks so good. Right there he was. Oh, that's him. Another one that wouldn't be quite legal. Jeez, he's got it down there. Spot looking. It wouldn't be legal, this thing. It wouldn't be far off it, but that little Halco hammer, I've just started using them again. I spent ages mucking around with other things, and it's just a great little lure for this sort of situation. Here comes the boat. Cocky, isn't he? Just sitting there. Oh, yep. Another good jack. Oh, spat it. The young fella's flying down south for a bit of a holiday, so he's going to be spewing when he sees this video, because he's been missing it as well, just as much as I have. So sorry buddy, had to be done. I would rather you be here, but you're not, so I'll have to catch them all on my own. Another jack. He's only a little one, he's probably 30 centimetres or something. The other thing you look for when you're cruising along pretty barren looking spots is just individual fish. You'll quite often see barras and jacks and stuff like that. You know, lots of pikeys and things like that. But just cruising the edge, you know, like, and if you see something like that, then like that, then you've really got to cast at it. Oh, it's a good jack, this one. Hoi. He's good fish. Oh, throw it. He's a nice fish. Probably getting up around that 45. Yeah, stop that. Oh, nearly bit me. Something feeding at the mouth of that drain there. Just seen a shower of jelly prawns and a swirl right on the edge of that dirty water line, so there's something in there feeding. Oh, yeah, Barra, nice Barra. Go back upstream, I think. See what's around. Crop's still sitting there. Pretty looking croc actually, colours, isn't he? Light caps on the river and we're about to get a wet bum. So, might head upstream, I think. Alright, so I'm going to do something I hate doing because I keep getting asked to do it. So we're going to troll. We're going to have a look along this piece of bank here. So people keep on asking about, you know, if I haven't got an electric motor, how can I chase Barra if I want to lure fish and not live bait? So basically what we're doing, as long as you've got a sounder, it doesn't have to be a top of the line sounder or nothing like that, because basically all you're doing is you're looking for about that, I like about that 12 to 16 feet range. Put on a lure that dives to that depth, and then troll at basically a slow walking pace. So motor just in gear, Give it a few twitches like that. So basically all you're doing is just twitching the rod like that, and that makes the lure speed up, slow down, and gives the fish an opportunity to grab it. If he sees it and it gets his attention and he's interested, slowing it down like that, slowing it down like that, gives him the opportunity to grab it. So the reason I don't like trolling as much as casting is because I like to see the fish come out and eat it. And then I have to get it out of the snags, you know, and that's a big part of the challenge. So yeah, I know you can catch bigger fish sometimes trolling and all that sort of stuff, but yeah, I suppose any way you can catch a fish is a good way. Oh, that was a barra. The other thing that's good about trolling, for me, about one of the things that we do use trolling for sometimes, is if we're looking at a piece of bank that I haven't been to a long time, or a new piece of water that I've never fished, it gives me a chance to go along with a lure out the back, but I can still look at the sounder and I can see where my marks are, where my deep snags are, and I can come back and I throw plastics or vibes at those sorts of things. So, you know, like it does have a use for me as well. But I mean, if I could never cast a lure again, I'd troll all day, every day, but yeah, I've got a choice, so I'd rather cast. Yeah, another thing when it comes to rod selection for trolling, I'm using a completely different rod. So this time I'm using the 16 to 20 pound refraction, and the reason for it is because hard-bodied lures grab so much water, they load the rod, like the rod's already loaded before the fish actually hits it, so you still need hook setting power. So if I troll the lure on my infinite, which is my casting rod, unless it's a smaller lure, I can't set the hook. I'm not going to be able to set the hook as well because the tip's made for casting, not trolling. So the lure I've got on here is a 5 metre diving Halco poltergeist. It's a really famous lure. It was actually designed for Murray cod, but it's a really famous Barra lure. Like when I used to fish the Barra Classic, 95% of the boats going up and down there that were competing, and that's classified as, you know, one of the biggest Barra comps in the world. 95% of the boats had a poltergeist on hanging off their rod tips, and it's just a great trolling lure. It travels nose down like that, so you can walk it over snags. So when I get a snag, when I get to feel the snag on my lure, I throw it back slack and the lure floats up like that, and then I can start working it down again. See all these snags here, you can see on the sounder there's a big lumps come up like that. So what you do when you come up with something like that is knock the motor into neutral. You'll feel your lure bumping into it, give it a few twitches, walk it up over it. When you feel it clear it, what's that? There's something small. Your cod or something, I'd say. Might have just come off. Yeah, oh no, still in there. Trevally. So distance behind the boat for this lure is going to be about that far, so probably about 20 metres, because I'm in around about that 15 to 18 feet of water, and I know that's going to get him down close to where the fish are. Fish will rise a couple of metres sometimes to hit a lure, so say I hit a 7 metre hole, I can free spool a bit of line out, or I can change my angle of my rod and put my rod down like that, and that'll make my lure get that couple of metres deeper. Look at that drain in there, I can't go past that. I've got to cast that, I can't troll, bugger the trolling. Oh, big grunter. How's that for a grunter? That's a cracking fish. Sitting right on that dirty water line in that drain. The bright orange paddle prawn. Won't show the yucky bit. God, this little 10 metres, 15 metre patch here. Oh, Barra. Spot lock it. Oh, and again. While I'm doing that. I don't. No. Oh, Fingermark. Oh, oi, 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 oi. Not a bad one either for the creek. That looked awesome. I wish I had the bloody camera going when that happened. I'm afraid to say he's not getting released. So the brain spike, these little suckers, is just there. In, give him a twist like that, he's dead. Cut the throat. Put him on a bit of an angle like that so you can gravity feed blood. Like that. Put him straight on ice. Oh. That's Good Friday taken care of. Here you got deep edges. It's got a bit of everything going for it. Oh, yep. Little Barra. Sink one back down on this snag and see if there's anything there. Have a look at the sound on the way past. These are the sorts of ones that hold Grunter and Fingermark, these deep ones. If you can get them, might have to hit it from behind, so to speak, with a vibe. Oh, yep, on that little vibe. What do we got? Oh, big jack. There you go. Spot looking there. So that fish has just been sitting in that backwater behind that tree there. Took that little atomic semi-hard. No mistake in that one. And again. Oh, Jesus, what's this one? Another jack. Same sort of size as the last one. That was the very next cast, so there must be a school up there sitting there. Really simple technique with these things is just to lift and you'll feel them vibrate and then wind up the slack as they're coming towards you. And then when they hit the bottom, just vibe them up again. They've got a flat head on them, so these particular vibes, I'll show you. They've got a flat head on them, so they vibe really easy. And that's the thing, there's not too many jacks up in the shallow snags, so that's the other reason they want to try, oh, missed another one, try another vibe. It's a snag. Try a vibe today, because if they're down deep, you've got to try and get something down to them. One more try there, just at the back of that one. I got a new reel. I got one of the new Shimano Van Fords, and I've put it on my 10 to 20 pound reaction. Refraction's a bait caster reaction. Oh, there we go. Reaction's a spin rod. What's that? Oh, nice Barra. Back that drag off a little bit. Only got light leader. Where's my net gone? Here it is. Should be legal size, this one. Come on. Only light leader. Be good to me. Come on. Where'd you go? Play nice. I don't want you to get eaten. Makes you nervous when you hook fish these days that take a little while to land. It makes you nervous because bull sharks are just out of control. There we go. Yeah, I reckon he'd be legal. Measure him up and have a look. As you can tell by the blood there, not everything has been released today. So I've got a feed, but I do miss me barras. how far down his throat that vibe is. I don't know if that angle of the camera's going to pick it up. You're way down there. You can see that leader there, it's buggered, so snip him off and retie him on. But a lot of people think that a vibe like that is just too small for barras, but I'll tell you what, they produce the goods when the fish are a little bit shy or when they're feeding on small bait. There's that old expression.